Is we are going to do a live event of how to actually use command prompt, and also how to actually use our task manager for our program. So we're going to start with that. I'm going to shift you over to our screen over here, and then we'll get started. Shifting. All right, let's see how well you guys can see that. There we go. I can't really see the screen that well. Let's see if I can get over more. That's a little better. I can bring this a little closer here. All right. So you can see my screen over here, and we're gonna hold down on the keyboard the control button there, the alt button there, and the delete button here. And that's gonna bring up this menu here. It's the last item on the bottom, which is called Task Manager there. Click on that. And that will bring you up to this screen here in our Task Manager. And then where you wanna go is you wanna go to up on the top here. This is your processes. It's going to say that we have 11% of the CPU used. Here in memory, we have 68% of it being used by all our applications. You can see for the hard drive here, I'll say disk, using 1%, and then network 0%, because I'm not using a lot of data. And then it gives you in your apps, it gives you the highest amount. So as you can see, I'm using my Proton VPN, and that has 170 megabytes. Or maybe you can't see it that well, but that's okay. Here we have Google Chrome, and that is at 2,189. So that's 2 gigs of the memory. This computer doesn't have a lot of memory, but that's the CPU usage is 30 there. So that's the biggest haul of the resources on my computer. And then you'll drop down the background and processes. So these are more like background, almost like services that are running on your computer. And the top one is I have an application background process style, 1Password, and then you have a lot of default stuff that comes with your computer. So I have a lot of like Intel stuff in there. There's anti-mail stuff in there, Credential Guard, and a bunch of other stuff in there. And then if we go over here on the left side over here, it's opposite on the camera, but if you go over here and you go down one, we'll go into the actual performance of it, and we'll get all these cool graphs in here, you guys. And in here, it tells you my CPU load again, that I'm running 16 to 18%. This is variable, so it's always changing, you guys. It tells you your memory. So if I click on memory here, you can see memory's at 8.0 of the gigabytes that I'm using out of the 12. CPU, I'm doing 1.9 gigahertz, which is like 5%. The disk, I have, around a terabyte, and I'm doing 1% of the memory. For the Wi-Fi, I am using a VPN, so it doesn't show that I'm using a whole lot. Everything's kind of 0 here. And then for the GPU, it's saying I'm using 1% of that. So yeah, that's how you get in. And then we're also going to show you, these are the startup apps here. So you can see that in these apps, when my computer turns on, it will run all these applications when the computer starts up. As well, in here, we have, these are actually all the services. So these background processes over here, I thought with Windows 11, I wasn't sure because Windows 10 is a little bit different, but these are just background processes. And then these are actually the services for your computer. And that's what I was trying to show you. So these are all the services I have running, and the PID for the ports. And yeah, that's a quick step tutorial on how you are using your task manager. And if you wanted to like delete out, let's say you had a scareware attack, this is actually really important. So let's say you had a scareware attack, you guys, and your computer went up and you couldn't do anything with it. The browser was completely taken over, right? And you wanted to get out of it. Let's say it said, you know, call this number or the FBI is going to arrest you in the next 30 seconds, right? So if you wanted to, you know, get out of that piece of it, you would come over here to your computer, you would go into your task manager here, and then you would click on Google Chrome, and then you would just hit delete. And that will close out. I had Google Chrome over here. I don't know if you guys saw that before, but it closes out of that program. And now you don't have that scareware. So now we'll actually go back in and bring up Google Chrome again, and that will fix the issue. So if I open up Google Chrome again here, see, it says here that I could restore those pages. But if you were to do that, if you just had the scareware attack, it's going to bring back that scareware attack. So if that happens, you click cancel, and then you go back in and everything will be okay. So we'll go ahead and we'll just say, no, you know, I don't want to do that. And as you can see here, if I go to Google, now none of my other tabs are open up as they were, and the issue's fixed if you had a scareware attack. And that is our Tech Talk today using Task Manager, the specific application of how to get out of that scareware attack and actually go through step by step of that process and what it looks like. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, and then see me on Monday for our next video for our Geek Outs at Plots Technology Learning. Thank you guys for all your love and support and supporting me on all my social media platforms for the latest content. I really appreciate it, and you guys have a blessed day.